37's withdrawn, so Jacob Young.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Over the course of this last year in Parliament, we faced a crisis like no other in living memory. Yet we still achieved some incredible things thanks to the determination of this government and the Prime Minister focused on the people's priorities. We have 11,200 more nurses in our NHS than last year, 9,000 extra police officers as part of our 20,000 target, a new £4.8 billion levelling up fund to support communities across the UK. We passed the Domestic Abuse Bill, the Overseas Operations Bill, the Counter-Terrorism and Sentencing Bill. We signed trade deals with more than 60 countries, supported workers and businesses through the pandemic with furlough and grants. We increased sentences for animal abusers from 6 months to 5 years. We established 8 new free ports, including one in Teesside. We launched the vaccination programme, the most successful vaccine rollout in Europe, and of course, we got Brexit done. This is a government delivering on the people's priorities, which is why we've seen this overwhelming endorsement from the public over the course of recent days. But turning to this Queen's speech, as we mark Mental Health Week, I'm proud that this government is putting mental health at the heart of our plans for the NHS. The past 18 months have been incredibly challenging for many of us, and we've all struggled with our own mental health in different ways. That's why we're making sure support is available when people need it, and ensuring that anyone who struggles will be treated with dignity and respect when getting the help that they need. Madam Deputy Speaker, when I was elected in 2019, I pledged to do all I could to cut crime and make our streets safer in Redcar and Cleveland. I'm thankful to the people of Teesside who've put their trust in our newly elected Conservative Police and Crime Commissioner for Cleveland, Steve Turner, with such resounding support, achieving over 50% in the first preference. And the reason the public are backing us with the police is because we are backing the police through things like the Police Crime Sentencing and Courts Bill. Not only that, we're recruiting more police, with an additional 185 officers swelling the ranks in Cleveland as part of the government's plan to recruit 20,000 new police officers across the country. Tackling road and knife crime, a priority shared by this government, as is making our justice system fairer for victims, and I'm pleased that we're introducing a range of legislation that will do just that. Our measures deliver greater support for victims, tougher sentences for the worst offenders, and extra funding to reduce knife crime. And we need that funding to go to the right areas too, just like in Cleveland. This Queen's speech shows that we are the party of law and order, putting victims first and serious offenders behind bars. I also thank the government for the announcement of the new legislation to ban conversion therapy, so it is finally considered as what it is, a crime. I recognise the need for consultation on legislation. However, I say this as a gay Christian. Please, let's just get this done. And I urge ministers to speed up any consultation process as much as possible so that victims of this horrific practice are finally recognised as such. I welcome the government's commitment to greater online protections from abuse to prevent bullying and intimidation on social media from unaccountable and anonymous trolls. Democracy has to be about sharing ideas and encouraging debate, but no difference in opinion justifies threats, abusive language or degrading comments. This is also why we must strengthen freedom of speech in our universities to reintroduce proper debate, as is expected of our world-leading higher education system.
Quite right.
Protecting the debate of ideas is fundamental to protecting our democracy. But critical also is ensuring a robust electoral system. It gives citizens the right to vote and in a way that helps them engage but prevents fraud. It's for these reasons I welcome the Electoral Integrity Bill, where for the first time we'll introduce ID cards for voting, but I think we should go one step further and step away from all these confusing, frustrating voting systems. Our Parliament is elected on first past the post, and the only time we've ever been offered an alternative, it was rightly rejected by the voters. I believe we should move to make every elected office in this country through a first past the post system. Separately, through our new Borders Bill, we will fix the loopholes in our asylum system so that no human trafficking gang is able to take advantage of our generosity and humanity to fill their own pockets. Our new plan for immigration will protect and support those in genuine need of asylum, deter illegal entry into the UK, create new legal safe routes to asylum, break the business model of criminal trafficking networks, and remove more easily from the UK those with no right to be here. Redcar in Cleveland is over 300 miles away from Dover, but illegal immigration is still one of the biggest issues my constituents contact me about. And for years their concerns have been dismissed by a political class who isn't willing to face up to the challenge of illegal immigration and is too quick to brand anyone who challenges it a racist. Those quick to dismiss only need to think of the 39 Vietnamese people who died in the back of a lorry in October 2019, or the 300 people who have died trying to cross the Channel since 1999. That is to say nothing of the dangers faced by our Coast Guard, the Royal Navy, or our maritime workers that they have to endure to protect these lives at sea. The most compassionate approach to illegal immigration has to be to stop people climbing in the back of lorries or dinghies across the Channel, and that is what our plan aims to do. And finally, Madam Deputy Speaker, we build back better. We must build back greener too. By implementing the Environment Bill, we will set legally binding environment targets to tackle air pollution, cut plastic waste, and revolutionise how we recycle. We continue to lead the way globally in acting on climate change, hosting the vital COP. We continue to lead the way globally in acting on climate change, hosting the vital COP26 climate negotiations in November, and rolling out a 10-point plan for a green industrial revolution. But as we step away from these carbon-intensive industries, particularly our steel and chemical industries, we must ensure that we facilitate people transitioning into new green-collar jobs, which is why I welcome the Lifetime Skills Guarantee. There's so much more that I'd like to say. We have a real fantastic agenda for the next 12 months. But to finish, this government is leading the way out of the COVID pandemic and into a decade of growth and prosperity. It can be in no doubt